North Korea has been showing unusual signs. I mean, we all know that they have sent some trash balloons to South Korea and shoot some missiles, but a lot of Korean people are familiar with North Korea blackmailing us that they will bring fire to South Korea. Kim Jong-un has been doing that for like a decade, so we are pretty desensitized from all that we're gonna kill you type of threat. What has caught a lot of experts' eyes is that Kim Jong-un started to show his daughter, Kim Joo-ae, in public, with all lovey-dovey, which is a bit off for a heartless dictator who ordered shooting his uncle to death. There has been many opinions on why Kim Jong-un is bringing his daughter into media and all this ceremony, but I think the most reliable analysis comes from this person, who worked higher up in North Korean administration for 17 years and escaped to South Korea in 1999. She has seen how North Korea works for decades, and I think she is very sharp on analyzing North Korean affairs. First we need to know is when did Kim Joo-ae started showing up in the media, which is about a year ago. It's interesting she started showing up in military ceremony, which is one of the biggest national ceremonies in North Korea, since other than showing off their missiles and soldiers walking in line, North Korea has nothing else to offer really. And one of the noticeable points here is where she sits. She is sitting right next to Kim Jong-un, while his sister Kim Yo-jong is sitting far away from Kim Jong-un, which basically indicates that there is a shift in power dynamic here. Kim Jong-un used to have Kim Yo-jong as his closest assistant, having her on international affairs and communicate directly with South Korea, but from a certain point Kim Yo-jong stopped showing on media for a while, and it seems like Kim Jong-un rather wants to focus on advertising his daughter instead. Kim Jong-un has been taking his daughter to many other events as if he really wants to emphasize that his daughter is the closest power in line after him. And experts think there are underlying intentions to this because Kim Joo-ae doesn't really fit into equation for the next great leader of North Korea. Kim Jong-un's daughter, Kim Joo-ae, is estimated to be around 10 to 11 years old and is completely homeschooled. Apart from the fact that she is daughter of Kim Jong-un, she is not a strong candidate to lead North Korea, considering the special characteristics of the country. It's not a normal country. The fact that she is female makes it extremely difficult for her to have higher power, as North Korean leaders are designed to mimic their predecessor named Kim Il-sung, which is godlike figure in North Korea who was in charge between 1948 and 1994. And they managed to construct political frame to idolize him as a superhuman being who found the country and let all the people live good life so people can worship him. There's literally songs about how Kim Il-sung can teleport, no joke. So every single North Korean leaders had to show some tie and resemblance to Kim Il-sung to be respected and worshipped. The fact that Kim Jong-un is morbidly obese and sticks to that weird hairstyle is because he needs to look like Kim Il-sung. And that political frame lasted for more than 2 generations. And now Kim Jong-un is breaking that frame by implying that his next heir will be his daughter who doesn't really look like Kim Il-sung. And considering that North Korea as a whole country exists to please family of Kim Jong-un, he is risking a lot of things showing his daughter as an heir. Appointing heir at this early time of his ruling can create a lot of tension because there will be multiple parties fighting for the power and it can get really messy. So it's a rule that North Korea doesn't show their next leader until the person is ready and has full political support. That's why many experts think Kim Joo is not going to be appointed as heir, and Kim Jong-un actually has a hidden intentions from this move. Situations in North Korea is extremely bad recently. I would say how North Korea is right now in economically and technologically is how US was in 18th century, or actually 17th century maybe. Majority of people worry about day-to-day food, no electricity, no smartphone of course, and relying solely on natural resources to survive. And as the North Korean economy hits rock bottom, government rations and resources are severely cut, a lot of people are suffering really bad, leading to instability in political support. So Kim Jong-un had to show his authority to the parties. That is why he has shown many violent moves such as killing his uncle, assassinating his relatives, and punishing officers for tiny problems. And Kim Joo-ae's showing in media is interpreted as that Kim Jong-un wants to show that he can do whatever he wants by breaking the silent rules. If he really wanted Kim Joo-ae to be heir, he would be hiding her until her education is over and ready to sit on the throne. Kim Jong-un wanted to show internally that if anyone annoys him, even his sister, he will punish and demote the person, and only his direct family member is safe, and nobody else is safe from his authority. In short, it's very likely that he is doing this to show off his power and stabilize the party, so there won't be any challenge to him. There were some theories that Kim Jong-un is doing this to prepare just in case he dies suddenly from heart problem because his dad and grandfather had heart issues. But information lines that have connections to North Korea are saying that Kim Jong-un doesn't seem to have known health problems yet, except obesity. So there is really no need for him to rush into this matter. It is very likely that Kim Jong-un's first son, who has been kept mostly secret, will be the next leader of North Korea. It sounds absurd, but you have to understand that all the resources of North Korea is used to maintain the power of Kim's family, and that is the sole purpose of the country. But there has been a lot of cracks and instability happening recently because Kim Jong-un didn't really do a good job treating people around him. So at this point, there is really no strong establishment or groups that are willing to continue inheriting Kim's family's legacy. Which means if there is a scenario that Kim Jong-un dies suddenly, the whole system will likely collapse because there is no backup plan. And if that happens, we don't know whether that will be a good news or bad news, because one thing we know is that there will be uncontrollable amount of chaos, and younger generations of South Korean are very skeptical about unifying the North and South. After more than 50 years of separating, we don't really share a sense of connection, and many South Korean want to just part our ways. But whichever happens, future of North Korea seems to be pretty screwed at best, unless there are groundbreaking changes. Thank you for watching.